NYPD body cam shows domestic violence suspect ambushing officers. Let's get into it.
As if we needed any more reminders about how cops risk their lives every day. Tonight.
Let me just give a shout out to all the cops out there that are good cops that are risking their lives every day. We really need you out here on the streets. Bad cops, you know what you can do.
Tonight, a dramatic and frightening and real-life example. Look at this. 2 New York cops in a surprise shootout with a domestic abuser in Queens who just shows up and starts firing. The cops wounded, but continued firing as they fell to the ground, their own blood all around, saving lives. A warning, this video is very graphic. Eyewitness News reporter Joe Torres with the video released today. Joe?
Bill, this shooting happened in November, 2 days before Thanksgiving. The video from the officers' body-worn cameras shows a pair of veteran officers escorting a domestic violence victim back to her home in Springfield Gardens, Queens.
2 days before Thanksgiving, I'm happy that the officers are safe. They do have families. Let's move.
The video also shows how those officers saved that woman's life when her abuser arrived at the home and started shooting.
We'll go in with you just to make sure he's not here and everything's safe and okay.
2 minutes later, police officers Christopher Wells and Joseph Murphy would quickly see things were neither safe nor okay. 8 seconds of sheer terror recorded by the body camera of police officer Wells. Here are those same 8 seconds from the camera of Officer Murphy. We stopped the video the moment one bullet struck him in the hand. The barrage started moments after 41-year-old Rondell Gopi arrived at the home on 179th Street in Springfield Gardens. Here he is walking into the home, a gun clearly visible in his right hand. He says nothing before opening fire 11 times. Both officers returned fire, 9 shots from Officer Wells, 15 shots from Officer Murphy. Mr. Gopi died at the scene. Investigators found he had not one gun, but 2. Mayor de Blasio and the police commissioner spoke shortly after the shooting.
Here we have a situation where a woman was in danger and these officers went to protect her, only to find themselves in harm's way immediately.
The shooting left both officers injured. A bullet hit Officer Wells in his right thigh and fractured his femur. Another bullet hit Officer Murphy in both hands. The domestic violence victim was unharmed. The NYPD says cameras and the videos they record provide transparency into police actions, accountability for officers, and increased trust between police and the public. The head of the PBA says this video does something else. It shows officers risking their own lives to save others.
That was very violent, dramatic, scary as fuck. In this case right here, let's talk about the first victim, which was a woman. The woman was being abused domestically. I don't know if it was verbal or it was physical, but she was escorted back to her place with 2 police officers. And while she was in the living room or the front room with the officers, the suspect came in the front door and he fired approximately 11 shots. The police fired 24 shots. Your 11 shots versus their 24 shots. And might I add that they are trained at shooting. I just don't see how he thought he had a chance. I guess he felt the element of surprise. He would come in and ambush, and they would be surprised. But even if you got one, the other one would have already had theirs out and shooting back at that time. Kids, do not try this at home. It's just not smart. This is how you die. This isn't something that I would advise anyone to try. If you're feeling some kind of way about your female companion or your male companion, whatever, talk to them. If that doesn't work, simply leave. Leave the residence, go somewhere else, blow off some steam. Domestic violence is not the answer, and shooting at cops definitely isn't the answer. The victim, luckily, the first victim, the woman, she's the only victim here, as a matter of fact, besides the police. Luckily, she's alive. She wasn't struck, she wasn't hit, she wasn't harmed. That's a blessing. Kids, if you ever come across this video should show you some of the things in life that you should never, ever try in your lifetime. If you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead, leave a comment. If you like it or not, doesn't matter to me. Holla at me. I reign supreme.